Hello everyone. So today we'll be discovering how we can use EDPUZZLE to create content for our online and blended classroom environments. Okay, so here we are. The first thing we will have to do, of course, is to sign in and make an account with EDPUZZLE. And this is simple enough. You just type EDPUZZLE into your search bar and it will come up and it will ask you to make an account. So I signed up with my personal Google and it has asked me, of course, to verify using my email address. So after completing these very simple steps that are most likely very familiar to you, what we have access to is a range of content from both EdPuzzle and YouTube, which we can manipulate in order to create content for our classes as well as even tests. So let us see how exactly it is that we can manipulate this platform. So the first thing I will bring you to on this homepage of EdPuzzle is the search bar. So here is where we can search for topics, whatever topic it is that you need a video on for content for your class. So I will be searching for, let's search for triangle properties today. So our search results from triangle properties has two tabs or two options that we can choose from. First most, we can choose from the EdPuzzle community, which has material that has already been manipulated to include tests, etc. Also, you can get content from YouTube itself. So here we have some channels that have educational YouTube content as well as videos that are relevant to the topic that I have searched. All right. So what you can also do if you do not see your required video under the YouTube tab is that you can download the extension so that when you are in YouTube, you will be able to simply transfer or link that video to EdPuzzle. So let's look now on an EdPuzzle video to discover what it is that EdPuzzle can really do in and for your classes. Okay, so here I have selected a video. This is a video on triangle properties. So it's from YouTube, as you can see the YouTube sign. So let's press play and see what happens.
Hi, welcome to Math Antics. In this geometry lesson, we're going to learn all about triangles. You may remember from the lesson about polygons that triangles are special polygons that always have 3 sides and 3 angles. And that's what the word triangle means. Tri means 3, and angles means angles. Okay, that's easy.
All right. So here we can see the video has paused, and it hasn't paused due to internet connection. It has paused on its own. So what we will do is we will pay attention now to the right side of the video. So on the right side, we have an option that tells us that this is a multiple choice question. Here, we have the question. The question is asking, what does the word try mean? So in this part of the video, this is what your videos will do once in EdPuzzle if you choose this option. And it is, you will be able to test students and their retention as the video is going along. You will also be able, of course, to see the answers that your students give you in the grade book right here. So you will be able to assess the students. And you will also have information on your classes under this tab at My Classes. But we will look at that later. So now let us answer the question so that the video will continue. And let us submit it. And it is correct. So I get 100 out of 100. So there are also options here on the screen. We have the option to rewatch it as well as to skip a question. All right. And lastly, we have the option to continue. So let us continue to one more question and see how that goes. So I press the continue button.
Okay, that's easy enough. 3 sides, 3 angles. But what else is there to know about triangles? Well, for starters, we're going to learn how to classify triangles. Ooh, such a classy triangle. But seriously, there's 2 different ways to classify or organize triangles. They can be classified by their sides, and they can be classified by their angles. Let's start by classifying.
So here we go again. We have another question that EDPUZZLE would be asking your students. And this question this time is, how do we classify triangles? So now the students will have the option of choosing the question that is relevant most to them, to the question that is asked. So now they will also click the submit. If they did not hear, they can click rewatch. Or if they are not going to be answering this question, they can click skip. So now let us submit that answer, and it is correct. So this is how, well, one way that we could manipulate the EDPUZZLE forum. So after you have allowed your students to do any form of assessment in this platform, you will be able to manipulate what happens to the results through these 2 options, gradebook and my classes. So from my classes, you can, as you can see here, you have the option of adding a new class. You can also add classes most conveniently from the Google Classroom. Once your classes had been added in this section, it is possible for you then to go into the gradebook and grade individual students for the work that they have done. All right. Okay, so at this point, I will be showing you how you can make your own questions and manipulate your own content to share with your students on EDPUZZLE. So the first thing that I would suggest that you do is to go over to this area right here under the EDPUZZLE's menu, right? And this part is labeled My Content. So let's just go and click on My Content. And here you have a list of content that I have been playing around with so far. So let's just select this one here. So these are videos that do not belong to me. They are videos from YouTube. And EDPUZZLE gives us a few options to manipulate or use these videos. All right. So the options that EDPUZZLE gives us to manipulate this video, you can see mine is from YouTube right now. You can also use an original video. Or to assign it to the students, to edit the video, to duplicate it, and also we can also delete it. So let me click the edit option now, and we'll see what's possible. So firstly, you can see that I've already done some work on my video here. You can always press the reset button to get your video back to what it was in the beginning. So now if I press play, you will see that 18 minutes and 42 seconds of this video would play for my students if they were to access it through EDPUZZLE. But what if I don't want that? I have the option to cut it. So now where you see this black line at the beginning of our video here, we can just drag this black line, just move the black line anywhere along this big blue line, or rather just use our mouse and just click an area, right? And click the words add cut. So to add the cut now, our video will be broken into two parts. So let's say I want to get rid of one of the parts. All I would have to do is hover over the end stick of one of the sections, and grab it and pull it to the other stick. There you see a rubbish bin come up. And when I let go, it will be that that part of the video has been deleted. If I change my mind, I can always either undo it or reset the whole thing. So what else can we do in EDPUZZLE to our videos? We can add voiceovers. However, you're only allowed to add voiceovers to videos that belong to you. This video is from YouTube and it's not mine, so I'm not allowed to add a voiceover to it. The last thing we're able to do is add questions. So the type of questions we can add are multiple choice questions, as you would have seen before, open-ended questions, as well as notes to help the student to take notice of something that you think is important in the video. And this is the end of our EDPUZZLE exploration for today. I hope you are able to make use of this platform for engaging classes, homework, enrichment activities, revisions, or any other method that you can conjure. Do have a splendid day. Goodbye.